Hi, my name is Scott, and I have an idea of how you can reform the UN, or more importantly, a different way you can have the United Nations set up. I think that the idea of having like a unicarmel system of all the nations together, each with an equal vote and say and veto, it's great in theory, but it's just hard to make work in practice. Not to mention, it's just hard to get people to enroll in the system. So I'm curious, what if you instead made like a more regional thing? Like, take for example, North America. If you had it so that Canada, United States, and Mexico, basically they formed a union, and the countries in Central America, the smaller countries like Panama, Guatemala, Belize, and this and that, they would also form like a type of union. And then so those two unions together, because each would have their own representatives in those areas, so those two unions could then form a larger union, and so the two smaller unions would send representatives to the bigger union. Do the same thing with South America, and the result is that, okay, so now you have either one big union to the north, one big union to the south. Those two unions can then join together and form a larger union. You call that like the American Union or whatever, and then you could have that same concept just spread out throughout the rest of the world. The result is that since a lot of issues and things are more regional, it makes more sense that you have just a more regional focus of organization rather than one large body that's a little unwieldly trying to look after and deal with all the problems of the entire world. So this way, if there's a smaller issue or conflict, the smaller union can deal with it, and if it's overwhelmed, then it goes to the larger union and says, hey, we could use your assistance with this issue, and and then so on. And economically, I think that would be a neat way to approach it as well, because if economically, because everybody's going to look out for number one, and if it's a smaller pool, there's less of a chance that some people will get shortchanged or get the short end of the stick of a deal. Or it's like it's if they do get the kind of a weaker deal, it would hopefully have less of an impact. And then on top of that, because you're going to have the various unions forming, you can make a deal so that, okay, hey, we got this going on, but it's going to have this impact, and we're wondering, hey, larger union, could you help us out in one way or another? So I don't know. That's just one way I'm thinking that you could do it, and I'm curious if it could help. So, what do you think, world?